morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanama. Let's begin with the main stories. The government sacks Superintendent of Police Rhesus Dolphins and Inspector Jagadish Bhatta for their irresponsible handling of investigations into rape and murder of Nirmala Pant. Nepalese women taking illegal routes seeking jobs as domestic workers in Gulf countries despite government restriction. Google sacks 48 people, including 13 senior managers, over sexual harassment claims. And the Pokhara Premier League with the highest amount of prize money to kick off in Pokhara today. Pokhara Paultons and Viratnagar Titans to clash in the inaugural match. The government has sacked Superintendent of Police SP Rhesus Dolphins and Inspector Jagadish Bhatta for their irresponsible handling of investigations into the rape and murder case of 13-year-old Nirmala Pant of Kantipur. The Ministry of Home Affairs sacked SP Bista and Inspector Bhatta yesterday, although they are eligible for a public service in future. The police headquarters had recommended the ministry on the 15th of October to terminate Bista and Bhatta from service. Before deciding to terminate them from service, the ministry had asked for clarification from Bista and Bhatta. Ministry spokesman Ram Krishna Subedi has informed that the decision to terminate them from service was reached as the clarifications were not satisfactory. Despite the lapse of 3 months since the rape and murder of Nirmala, the police are yet to nab the culprits. Bista was the chief of Kantipur police when the incident had occurred, while Bhatta was an investigation officer. And with that, let's move on to the national political updates. The integration process of lower ranks of Nepal Communist Party has further been delayed. The completion of the unification procedure has been pushed further after yesterday's secretariat meeting formed a new task force for the same. A regulation was formulated to avoid the assignment of more than one responsibility to a person during the unification of the then CPN UML and CPN Maoist Centre. However, senior leaders Madhav Kumar Nepal and Narayan Kaji Shrestha had expressed their written objection after those close to party chairman KP Sharma Oli were assigned with more than one responsibility during the appointment of the office bearers for the provincial committees. The issues was ignored at the secretariat meeting, but the discontent leaders are making preparations to raise the topic at the standing committee meeting. Nepal Communist Party has already made preparations for the share of responsibilities among the central members prior to addressing the issue. The Secretariat has formed a task force including Secretary Bishnu Paudel and Ram Bahadur Thapa to materialize their plan. The completion of the assignment by the task force formed amid debates and disputes is another part of the story. However, it is evident that the integration process is likely to be further complicated as the Central Secretariat failed to conclude on the recommendations made by the provincial and district level task forces and replaced by a new task force to furnish the integration efforts. When the then CPN UML and CPN Maoist Centre unified on 17th of May, the integration of all ranks of the two parties was said to be completed within 3 months. 5 months have already passed since then, and then the completion of the integration remains a far cry, while Nepal Communist Party is on the outlook for the new mechanisms to address the surfacing issues. And moving on, the provincial governments have expressed reservations against the central government and their failure to facilitate daily operations at the local level. The provincial governments have said the centre remained indifferent towards the formulation of the Financial Commission in addition to other important laws required on a daily basis. Provinces have blamed the Prime Minister's lack of interest in forming the Financial Council as the main hindrance in executing majority of its plans. Likewise, the lack of Public Service Commission and the Police Act have impeded even the most basic works. As a result, the provincial governments have been receiving public criticism and grievances. Nepalese women have been restricted from going to Gulf countries as domestic workers for the past 5 years. However, since women personally cannot apply for the domestic workers visa and the restriction on manpower agencies is still on, women are taking illegal routes to go abroad. On Tuesday this week, the Indian security rescued 28 women who were being trafficked to the Gulf countries. The Indian security had conducted the search after receiving information of their movement. Based on the data of the Department of Foreign Employment, in the last 5 years, around 70 to 80,000 women went to Gulf nations in search of employment. However, since then, the government has showed various excuses like age and security, among others, to restrict women from going to Gulf countries. The lack of an alternative to the restriction has forced many women to fall at the hands of middlemen and traffickers who have been taking undue advantage of the situation. The middlemen and traffickers have been taking a hefty amount from the women to arrange for the illegal trips to the Gulf countries via Indian airports and Sri Lanka. Experts of the labour sector have said an alternative from the government side is a must to solve the problem of women interested to apply for the domestic working visas. Dolphins are mostly only available in selective localities, and that too in limited numbers. However, it might come as a surprise that one can find these rare species in plenty at Kada, Patharia and Mohana rivers that flow through Kailali's Tikapur and Bhajani municipality. Meanwhile, the government has not taken any initiative so far to promote the region or conserve these dolphins. In this context, we asked the locals and conservationists what should be done to conserve and promote these rare dolphins. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
Dolphin 8 महिनासम्म बाहिर बस्ने र 4 महिना यतातिर आउने यहाँको हावा पानी यहाँको जुन वातावरण छ त्यसले गर्दा डल्फिनको प्रजनन गर्नका लागि उसको जेनेरेसन डेभलप गर्नका लागि यो ठाउँ उपयुक्त भएको हुनाले राज्यको प्रत्यक्ष निगरानी हुनुपर्छ।
त्यसको चाराको पनि संरक्षण गर्नु पर्यो। जुन अहिले ठुलठुला महाजाल देखि लिएर तपाईको विषादी छर्ने यहाँ त त्यसको चारा पनि कम भइराछ। त्यसलाई अब रोकथाम गर्नु पर्यो।
पर्यटन बोर्डले राम्रोसँग प्रचार गरिदियोस् भन्ने यहाँको मान्छेहरुको माग हो।
यसको उत्पादनको लागि हामीले चाहिँ विज्ञहरू ल्याएर कसरी यसको बढीभन्दा बढी उत्पादन गर्न सकिन्छ त्यो किसिमको हामीले सोच पुगायौं भने अवश्य पनि हाम्रो यो चाहिँ ठाउँ राम्रो हुन्छ।
यो ठाउँसम्म आउनलाई बाटो छैन अनि यहाँ पूर्वाधार विकासको पनि त्यस्तो केही छैन।
स्थानीय तह र प्रदेश तह र सरकारले संघीय सरकारले क्षेत्रलाई डल्फिन संरक्षण क्षेत्रमा घोषणा गर्नुपर्छ।
It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, what's your take on public transport operators charging passengers high prices during festivals? Your options are A, result of inaction, and B, profit-oriented businessmen. The voting for that question is on. Type NEWS, select your option A or B and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. With that, it's now time for the sports update.
Sports news.
The stage is all set for the Pokhara Premier League that kicks off from today. All the preparations for the tournament, which is being held for the first time in the picturesque Pokhara city, have been completed. Cricketing fervour has gripped Pokhara as the tournament is to witness foreign players as well. All participating 6 teams appeared enthusiastic to win the trophy and a cash prize of 2.7 million rupees. Despite notable craze for cricket in many places across Nepal, a league with franchise teams was yet to be held in Pokhara. With the first ever Pokhara Premier League all set to begin, cricket fans and players both seem excited. Biratnagar takes on Pokhara Paltan in the inaugural match of the tournament today. Both the sides have a good blend of young and experienced players. However, both the teams express their concern about the pitch and playing conditions. It has taken organisers some 3 months to prepare the ground. Team Pokhara includes experienced players like Sharad Veswakar, Mahbub Alam and Binod Bhandari, alongside youth stars of the likes of Rohit Paudel, Kushal Bhurtel, Rashid Khan and Asif Sheikh. The Biratnagar team is dominated by young players. The morale of the team is further boosted with the inclusion of Sandeep Lamichhane. Both the teams have included players from UAE and India in their squad. Meanwhile, coaches, captains and players are likely to have a new experience playing on a pitch prepared with red mud. And moving on, Nepal thrashed Maldives 4-0 in its first match of the SAF Under-15 Championship yesterday. Nepal kept Maldives under pressure right from the kick-off in the match played at the Enfa complex in Sadobato. Nepal led in the 28th minute through a penalty kick converted by Jan Limbu. Namasthapa Magar doubled Nepal's lead in the 35th minute after converting a Sanam Gurung assist. Nepal continued piling pressure against the Maldives and scored the third goal in the 63rd minute through Shashank Bohara. Substitute Dipesh Rai sealed the 4-0 win for Nepal in the 60th minute of the match. Placed in Group A, Nepal will play its second match on Monday against Bangladesh. The inaugural match played yesterday saw Pakistan defeat India 2-1 in a Group B clash. Adnan Justin had put Pakistan front in the 30th minute, but India had equalized in the 53rd through Taha Chui. However, Wasif scored the winning goal for Pakistan with 5 minutes of regular play remaining. And that's all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 this morning. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.